that's the priceless part of it all is my symptoms, of course, were astronomically bad. And now I feel like that it just feels so freeing. Most amazing part for me of this program was the ability to not just reduce or full on eliminate a lot of the endometriosis symptoms that I had, but more than that, it was learning how to connect to my body. It was learning how to make this sustainable and more of a lifelong journey rather than needing every single symptom to just disappear or fully evaporate. Learning how to prioritize my healing journey in a way that allows it to be sustainable and a lifelong journey. And through that, I've been able to actually reduce and sometimes eliminate like the majority of my endometriosis symptoms, as well as even just other, the issues or ailments like holding me back. So that has allowed me to connect, has allowed me to honor my body in so many different ways and sort of reestablish a healthier connection with my body. So that's in itself a priceless experience. So yeah. For me, I mean, I got my period at 9 and I've had endometriosis-like symptoms from 9 years old. And now I'm 29. So that's 20 years of feeling just confused, lost, disconnected with my body, in pain, fatigue, the whole 9 yards, like just so much kind of like anger and resentment for being like a woman because my relationship to my period was so disjointed and I didn't realize like the root causes of what could be contributing to that. I just thought that this was something happening to me and I had no control over it. And I just have endometriosis. Like that's just what you have. And it wasn't until I started digging deeper that I realized how important nutrition is for me, especially like the pinnacle of being able to reduce my symptoms. Lifestyle choices, following not only my circadian rhythm, like my 24-hour cycle, but also following my menstrual cycle and learning about the different phases of my cycle, the follicular phase and ovulation phase, like just being able to understand myself in my entirety instead of looking at my endometriosis symptoms in isolation and realizing my whole body is working together. So if something is inflamed, we're not working together. So that's where the reestablishing my connection to myself was just such a game changer because now I realize if something's off here, it's probably because there's something off somewhere else. So, if my mood is really off, did I eat? Did I get enough sleep? Right? Like those are things I didn't even realize were connected that through this program now it's natural. Now it's like second nature for me to ask myself those questions and to check in. And 9 out of 10 times, or more likely 10 out of 10 times, it's I didn't check those boxes. And that's why I'm feeling that way. I'm not crazy. I'm not like just predisposed necessarily to certain ailments. It's I didn't take the good care of myself and I can empower myself to do that. So yeah.
That,
Yeah. And what's great too is being able to customize the healing journey
mm,
to like that's a big part of this program is the aspect of customizing it so that
mm,
it's not me fitting into AEL's box. It's like AEL fitting into my life. And that's the
mm,
for me, the number one reason, um, you know, go like that I took that step and took the leap to make that commitment to myself because it was an investment and I was scared of that number initially. At the same time, my intuition told me, this is something you've been struggling with for 20 years, your whole life, basically 2/3 of your life, and you're finally given a resource and it's presented to you and you found this resource after looking for so long. And it's not just a resource that you have to contour to like so many other resources out there. It contours to your life. And so
mm,
that was the thing. I think we all deserve and require personalized care. And that's something that our system in our life system doesn't currently offer us. So
Mm.
this program has been able to offer that. And that is the number one reason that I knew that this was the right path, even though I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. I sort of have started to really release this idea that I need to have it all figured out all the time, all ready to go. That's not realistic. That's not very human. And yet it's also something that I can still strive for, like in that direction, and note any of my wins as I go in that direction. So it's releasing the outcome, still striving for like wanting to always find new ways to improve my health. But what I've noticed is there's so much noise out there in the world of try this, like take this supplement, do this. And it all to me comes back to personalized care. Anyone can say anything about what worked for them, and that's amazing. And maybe it could work for you, but at the end of the day, all of that is noise as far as it has to come back to does it work for your lifestyle, your body, your mental health, right? And that's the biggest takeaway. So, as far as nutrition, I have taken so many amazing lessons from this program. And simultaneously, I've also tailored it to myself. There's days where it doesn't always work for me. And I I'm okay with that. And there's days where, yeah, maybe it does, I'm like, oh, I wish that had, I wish I could have meal prepped a little bit more today or had this meal ready to go. And I still, work with what I have. Every day we show up differently. We don't show up 100% every day. And we just work with the percent that we show up with. And that's the win for me is having a better relationship with my capacity. You learn to pick your battles with things. So that has become more intuitive of, okay, I look at these things, are 99% of the ingredients great? Okay, is there one ingredient that maybe not the best? Okay, but can I release that in this moment and know that I'm still nourishing my body to the best of my ability with what I can deal with? Yes. Just working with my internal rhythm has become a lot more intuitive and natural now. So building the right system is so important because then that does happen more naturally. I have a lot of apps that are helping me as well. AEL program in general has helped a lot, but I use a few different apps to kind of, be able to check off tasks that I've done that like make me feel really empowered. Like, oh, you brushed your teeth, you took a shower, you like washed your face, you ate a home cooked meal, those kinds of things that kind of give you that dopamine boost to keep going. So it's in the little moments. Yeah, I went from like needing naps every day in the middle of the day, feeling like, like one of those where your eyes are closing, you're like your head's, bobbing, you have to catch yourself. I went from that to almost people are like, "Whoa, you have a lot of energy." It's actually really funny. I'm a very expressive person in general, but normally the fatigue is what kept me at bay. But now it's nothing's really holding me back. My boyfriend and I are doing a big hike this weekend that, I have always just been putting these things off because I felt like, oh, like I don't know if I'll have the energy for that. And, I told him last weekend, I'm like, get the permit. We're going to this hike. We're doing it. I'm feeling great. Working with my cycle is important. I made sure, okay, we're not booking this 2 days before my period starts, right? I'm not in my late stage luteal phase. Thank you very much. I'm in my follicular phase. I'm feeling great. I'm eating beforehand, all of those things. So yeah, fatigue wise, now that I'm building the right systems, working with my body, I have so much energy that people are like, okay. In the past, when I would like, reach for something convenient, I would just shame myself and then it would spiral and I would continue to shame myself, which would only make me reach for the more convenient thing and it would continue. And I wish like I could tell my past self, that's a moment in time. It's temporary. It's just this moment. It doesn't define you as a human being. It doesn't define you as a person to have a moment like that. And the best thing you can do for yourself is to now honor your body with more nutrition and better sleep and, and more quality time with your friends and family. So that was the big thing is with testimonies. It's like, oh, now they have a perfect life and they never make any mistakes and they have it figured out. And it's just not true. It's a journey. It's a learning process where we're always rediscovering ourselves, or speaking for myself, I'm always rediscovering myself. And I've found the joy in that, and that's what makes it sustainable. Not, oh, I got it all right and I never made a mistake. It was, no, I found this joy in relearning over and over again how to love myself and care for myself so that I can care for others and continue to care for myself. I think that I can still make improvements on certain parts of my health and just like as a journey. So I still experience bloating. I still experience like gassiness once in a while. So I think that's part of it is the discomfort. Any discomfort that I'm feeling, any bloating is more to do with a dysregulated nervous system of dealing with life, like the global political issues going on right now and feeling a sense of like kind of hopelessness or a lot of just deep sadness over global issues. Long story short, I think I'm working to correct that or to heal elements of that. And so the apps that I mentioned before are really helping with that to help me just get off of social media in general and spend a lot less time scrolling. Um, and to, remind me to take better care of myself. And I think it starts there. This program has really motivated me to put in the time and energy because I see the results from it. So that is motivating for me to keep going because I keep seeing results. For 20 years, I had cramps that would like 9 out of 10 pain, feeling like I need to throw up because it's so painful, and sometimes throwing up. I've passed out before from the pain and from just feeling so uncomfortable and inhaling ibuprofen, the max amount, which I was even told by doctors like was stressing, my organs. And but I told them, I'm like, what is the solution? And they didn't have anything for me. So they never said anything about nutrition. They never said anything about exercise and circadian rhythm and nothing, like nothing. And they're like, well, just, try to deal with the pain. And I'm like, not gonna do that. So, my whole life I was just dealing with so not just the physical pain and like the fear of, oh, my period's coming. And now it's like, oh, I have to like check my app. Oh, yeah, that's right. Like I'm gonna get my period. Okay. It's just such a like, it's almost blasé now and very easygoing. And like, yeah, okay, maybe like, cramping a little bit and okay, like, maybe I just use a heating pad at night. Like that's kind of what it's come down to. And that's just for like one night. And then, oh yeah, just go about the rest of your day pretty much. And yeah, okay, I take it a little more easy. I don't go do like a crazy workout or something. Maybe I just go for a light walk or, lay on the beach or something. But, it's just like it's like laughable now, but man, if I could tell my 9-year-old self, like, it's gonna get better one day and you won't have to keep taking ibuprofen. Like, you never even have to look at ibuprofen anymore. You won't get headaches once a month. You won't be curled up in a ball, like in a dark room, just like breathing, trying to do like breath work to just make it through using all the pain remedies. That there will be a time where you'll just be able to go about your day. Like, what? I don't know if she'd believe me. So I'm just so grateful. My skin is clear. Like I almost never get acne anymore. And if I do, I know that it's typically from some kind of imbalance, some kind of inflammation, and it goes away. If I feel even the slightest headache coming on, I'm like, okay, girl, drink some water, get some electrolytes in you, it's all connected. That's the priceless part of it all, is my symptoms, of course, were astronomically bad. And now I feel like that it just feels so freeing. I don't want it to just seem like that's it. You only have to do 3, 4 months of work and you never have to work again. It's like it's a process. And if it took you 20 years to get here, that's just as much a part of the process as the 4 months of amazing success. And that 20 years is a part of that. So that I feel so much better and so free and a lot happier.